In this video, we'll learn about drawing, selecting, and aligning fields in HotDocs Automator. Now, if you created your PDF template using a fillable PDF as a source document, you'll be left with fields already in the document in the form template. And so then the skills you learn in this video will help you to either increase or decrease the size of these fields or move them where you need to. Alternatively, if you have created your PDF template from a source document that is a clean PDF, then what you need to do is create the fields on that PDF template. And so you either create them above the blank lines that are in the document, or you have to build a structure in the open areas of the document where you will create fields there and then organize a structure that the answers can fill into. So if you have created it from a fillable PDF, we've got some fields here that have come over from that. And I want to resize this field because if I highlight it and click on this Show Fields button on my toolbar, if I click deselect it, then it reveals that underneath there's some static text that the field has overwritten. So ideally we would want that to kind of be off to the left a little bit. So I'm going to resize this field so that it just comes before the word district there. So when you select a field, there is a blue line around it with anchors at each corner and also top and bottom, left and right. So if I hover over the anchor on the right there, I get an arrow going right and left, and if I left click on my mouse, I can drag that right side back to the blank line, and the edge of the blank line, and so it's right there before district. So these fields, when you've selected a field like this, you can increase the size or expand it off to the left or right, as we've shown. If you want to get it back to the original dimensions, then you can click this Detect Field button, or else press F8 on your keyboard, and that will reduce the field back to the original size it was when you first created it. Now, elsewhere, if you've got a blank line that you need to create a field, you simply double click above the blank line and HotDocs will align the field up with that horizontal blank line. And from this point you can determine if that's enough room for your answer. You can leave it as is, or else you can use the anchors to extend the field off to the right. Now there are times where you will have an open section where you need to build a structure to have your answers flow into, and the principle of creating a field is the same. You just double click and that will bring a field into this code section here, and then if we double click again off to the right here, we've got an offense description, and ideally I'd want my answer that flows into the code section to line up with my offense description. And so one thing you can do is press down on your shift key, and then that gives you, if you look at my mouse pointer, you'll see that it's got a little icon that looks like a selection. It's got the anchors at the corners, and so I can go and select the other field and then I can right click on my mouse and go down to Align Fields. And then aligning fields, we have several options. And I want to, so horizontally, you've got aligning things horizontally on the left side, center, right side, like first, space equally, center and page, or the vertical alignment. Same thing, top, center, bottom, like first, space equally, center and page. You can also, if the heights and the widths of the fields are different, you can manipulate those. If the first one looks good, then you can use this like first to line things up based on its model. So horizontally would bring the offense description over right with the code section. So we don't want to change anything horizontally, but vertically we want to make the offense description line up with the code section there. And so I'm going to select like first because I like where the code section is. And then maybe if the offense description is actually different as far as height and width, then I can also select like first and click OK. And so see, the fields are exactly the same width and height, and they line up across the page. So this is how you start building a structure and a base for where you'll put your variables in your form template. You can continue to create fields throughout the document like this by double clicking and continuing on.